Are you ready for this year's full moon in Leo happening on the 25th at 5 degrees? What does this mean for you? Let's chat about it. You know the drill. Grab your notebook, grab your pen, let's go. This full moon is a little bit of a mixed bag. I am not gonna lie. There's so many positive aspects. You know, we have this amazing Aquarian sun going, let's expand, let's make things happen, we're going to move forward, futuristic thinking. And then we have the moon in Leo going, yes, let's be seen, let's be heard, you know, let's put ourselves out there. And then we have Mars squaring Chiron. So we have the planet of war squaring, you know, the inner conflict, the wounded warrior going, oh, okay, this hurts a little bit. I don't know how to work through this. This, like, overthinking, really internalizing things. We may not want to leave our bed for the next 2 weeks, just hide away. Or, well, then we have also the Pluto and Sun in opposition. So we have Aquarius Pluto now and Aquarius Sun, and we're just really thinking about long term and going, okay, this just what people egos, but what's good for the greater good. And it's just kind of funky. It's like you versus your thoughts externally. It's just funk. So like I said, it's a mixed bag, but I feel like there's more positive than negative, to be honest. So what does Leo represent? It is leadership. It's fame, it's fortune, it's being seen, it's the athletes, it's the creativity, entrepreneurship, really just having fun and joy. Like, it is wrapped up into one. Like, that is, you create your own world, and Leos do it best, right? And also with Leos, it's all about dating and romance and you know, it's all those fun, lighthearted things. It's not really the relationship down the road or marriage. It's like fresh, new, exciting energy, right? That's Leo wrapped into one. It's also children and kids, and it's also the inner child. And in the body, Leo rules the heart. So you might have a heart healing. And I mean, do you like how I like throat chakra closed up? Like, oh, maybe. I make my own jokes. Anyways, so with a heart healing, it's also, I'm going to wrap the two together, it's also the 8 strength card in the tarot. So it's like doing things that you have to be courageous about. You know, putting your hand in the lion's mouth. Nobody does that, but you will do that for this Leo full moon, going, I need to do this for the, you know, to be able to feel free. And because Leos love to be free, they are like these lighthearted energies that just want everybody to have a good time. So what does your heart need to always feel that lighthearted, bubbly energy? So if you meet a new person, instead of, you know, you might hear people say with all these oppositions, like, oh yeah, but you don't really smile. So how do they get to know you? And you're like, oh, good point. I'm always so serious, or, you know, whatever. I always have stuff on my mind. Whatever it is, you will be more aware of it. And so with this Leo full moon, you're going to be shown, you know, why you're not having a good time, why there's not enough joy in your life, why you're, you know, not having all these creative sparks, because you're overthinking something, or you're too concentrated on work, or, you know, you have all these expectations, the ruiner of joy. Right? So these things and themes will be coming to light, so that heart healing can happen in every aspect of your life. So it's really awesome, and you're going to be doing things from the heart, like, oh, I love that. Oh, that makes me so happy. You'll be noticing you say those words. So get excited, because that's what Leo is about. They want to start your fire up. They are a fire sign, and they say, hey, is that fun for you? And you're like, you know, I kind of lost my spark. And they go, well, let's find it. Let's find out what lights you up. So this full moon correlates to the new moon in Leo we had on August 16th, 2023. So if you look back, what was happening? What kind of themes were you surrounded in during that time? What seeds were you planting, right? So we're coming to that 6-month full moon mark, and we're going to see how far along it's come. Have you started planting those seeds? Have you just talked about it? Have you been watering it? Like, where is the fullness at? Is it completed? Is it in half growth form? Or is it still in the seed because it needs more watering? So if you've been, putting too much time and concentration in one area of your life, this might be the time where you see it and you get shown what you need to do so it can bloom and blossom. So I'll go over the themes for each sign in just a minute, but what else does this full moon have in store? Let's chat. Okay, so let me dive in a little bit deeper. So the Sabian symbol is at 6 degrees Leo. You always round up. Now I'm going to read it. It is an old-fashioned woman and an up-to-date girl. It was really a flapper girl, which was like that new age kind of girl. It was that up-to-date mindset, right? And so what does this mean? It's a clash between old mentality and new mentality. Where were we versus where we're headed? And so it's finding that generational clashing, going, well, it just doesn't make sense. Why don't you have X amount of money in the bank? You're this, like you've got this going. Why aren't you doing that? You should be working in this thing. Those are old school mentality, right? So and then the new school people are like, no, I just need to be a YouTuber. Okay. Well, what's the in between? So we're going to see a lot of that on media. I mean, Leo is media. It's, being seen, being heard, and these opinions like to be heard too. So what is the in-between? And so clashes are going to be happening on a larger level. So we might also see changes in leadership because of this. Like, oh, you're just too stuck in the old times. That's not what it was. But we also might be hearing more, I don't want to talk about religion because it's its own thing, but again, hearing them tell you what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. You've already heard it on the news, but it might be expanding, right? Like old versus new. Old mentality, new mentality. Can they tell you what to do? That's the neutral mentality. You decide, do you want to be controlled? Leos say, hell no, we won't listen to that. This is what I think. This is what I believe. That's why everybody loves a Leo, because they're just so opinionated, but always so positively opinionated, going, oh yeah, I didn't think about that before. So a lot of things are going to be coming to light. So that generational clash we'll be feeling, we're going to have that Leo mentality going, okay, well then, what can I do? What do I believe? It's not what do you believe, what do I believe, right? And that's how we can start to shift into a better reality. Plus Aquarian season here, plus Pluto and Aquarius is breaking down all that Capricorn old school, this is how it goes. That's not how it goes anymore. So it's going to be very liberating for this full moon, really letting go and releasing old thoughts, old mentality, stuck ways, and just being yourself. It's pretty awesome. Okay, I'm going to quickly run through what house and themes this might be happening for you. So check your sun and rising sign. Rising sign is usually always the one that is closest to what is really going on, because it takes like 2.5 days for the moon to change, but 2.5 hours for the rising signs to change. So this is you in a bubble, okay? So Aries, we're going to start there. This is in your 5th house. Everything I've been talking about, this is just accentuated. So what did you plant back in August on the 16th? What themes were coming up? So in the next 2 weeks to 6 months, things can really blossom, come to fruition, and culminate for you. So again, themes about entrepreneurship, entrepreneurship, and really doing your own creative activities, and maybe starting in the dating scene again, or going, and re-sparking a friendship or relationship that really means something to you. You need more joy in your life. What will bring you joy, right? And there's just so much of just not caring about who sees you, because this is just you finding, that spark of creativity again. Also, it has to do with children and your inner child. So please let that theme really light you up and find you joy. And if you need to do that heart healing in that area, please go. This is the time. You're going to be supported fully, and you can let go of the past and anything that holds you back. So also, if you are wanting children, this is a great time in the next 6 months to start up that family or add to your family. And if you're not, this is a great time to go and do some preventative care or being extra careful. Okay, so Aries, this is a great next 2 weeks to 6 months for you in that Leo part of your chart. So enjoy yourself. Taurus, this is in your 4th house, which is all about your domestic home life, where you live, what's comfortable, home and family, right? And so maybe in August 16th, you were planting seeds about finding more balance between your domestic life and work, or whatever that imbalance is. So what does balance look like now between home and work, family and friends, and co-workers? What does that all feel like now? And there's also, like, what do you need to feel comfortable at home? How are you feeling now? Are you spending enough time with your partner or your family? And are there relationships to grow that are very personal to you? So this is a really great time to sit back and go, that was okay 6 months ago, but I'm really spending too much time working on this. So the moon is going to go, whoo, I'm really going to shine a light on what that is, so you can maybe start to balance that out, or just eliminate it in general for the next couple weeks up to months. And you might see a big change of your own world. Especially at home, you need that peace and serenity. And so what isn't working for you, so you can change it, eclipse it out, move it out, highlight it, move on, right? So your 4th house, find that balance. Spend more time at home. Be with your family. Be with your partners around this time, and really nourish it and grow it. And what do you want to grow with that partner over the next 6 months? Do you want to take some trips? What's your goals together? Like, this is a great time to decide that as a unit. Gemini, this is in your 3rd house of short distance travel, writing, neighborhoods, your community, social media, websites, your online presence. It's a whole mixed bag in that 3rd house. But this is big for you. What were you working on around August 16th, 2023? It will be culminating or coming to a point where you can go, okay, I'm really spending a lot of time working on these online projects, and I'm getting a lot of joy out of it. I'm going to continue doing that. And all of a sudden you get a lot of attention and growth, and fame even can come from it in those areas. So you'll be seen for what you've been doing. It's also about publishing and writing. So have you been working on a book, or writing in a journal? You might be able to expand on this and really go into the next area. You could also be finding a community that understands you and your soul. So you can go, okay, these are my people. I feel really comfortable. I'm going to spend more time at local businesses, or going to a lunch and having lunch dates with my friends, or whatever that may be. So it's really, what do you want to grow over the next 2 weeks to 6 months? So think of your online presence, especially websites and social media. I feel like this is such a big thing for Geminis, because you're communicators. You are an air sign. You are always going to be supported by the universe for communicating and connecting people. You have such a voice that other people are always going to be drawn to, going, oh, you have such a different way of looking at it because you are the yin and the yang. So people are like, oh, that's such a different way of thinking, the duality of it. I've only saw it one way, seen it one way, sorry. And all of a sudden they're expanding their mindset because you expanded it. So let that creativity flow over the next 2 weeks to 6 months, and it might create a new career for you, even if you just keep putting in your time into what you're passionate about. Okay, all right, Gemini, enjoy yourself. Cancer. Oh, Cancer, this is happening in your second house. So this is all about self-love, self-worth, what you're earning and your income, and the material side of things, going, okay, well, if I want to be comfortable, what do I need to do? And it's opposing your 8th house, which is chunky money, inheritance, investment properties, investments in general, and stocks and markets. And you're going, what do I want to feel comfortable, and what do I need for the long run? And so 6 months ago, around August 16th, what seeds were you planting? What goals and dreams and wishes were you putting out there about what you wanted to do for work, right? Like, what do you enjoy? What brings you happiness? And also, it's what you're eating and ingesting too. So I don't want to go light on that, because it's really what brings you that comfort and what makes you feel good inside and out. So you might be having a little moment of going, well, I want this amount in the bank, and I also want a new shirt because I like the texture of it. It's all about textures and textiles and all these second house themes. So you might really be thinking of like how you can grow and expand your finances, and instead of working with a group, you might work more individually moving forward. But that's going to happen between the next 2 weeks and 6 months. So what did you plant around August 16th? Think back, think where you are now, where's it at on the process, and what do you want to see happen in the next 6 months? Because it can really bloom and blossom. So even if you're like, I'm going to start my own garden and I would like to be, self-sufficient, these are second house themes. You might go full-blown off the grid. Like, I wouldn't be surprised, because this is very supported by the universe right now. So what do you need to feel safe and secure with your own material, like goods and your income that you possess? So you might even be receiving a little extra money from that 8th house of, chunky money from other people. So you might not be putting in a lot of time and effort, but something could be inherited to you. So I'm very excited for you, Cancer. Keep me posted, because this seems like a fun little time for you to explore those ideas. Okay, Leo, this full moon is all about you. So it's in your 1st house. What do you want for yourself? This is all about your identity, who you are, and what lights you up. So what do you want to go after? And finding balance between, you versus others. Because I feel like it's been a lot of others. That's 7th house. Always doing things for your partner, for, your business crew. But what do you want? What's your long-term goal? What lights you up? How do you feel at the end of the day versus how do they feel? You're always like, well, are they okay? Well, are you okay? Right? So what would it take for you to be okay every day? So the focus is more on you and what you want and what you deserve. And you might even be noticing like a clash between 7th house themes. So if you are married or partnered or in a business relationship, you guys they might not be supporting you right now, and you will be calling them out. But this is your time, and you decide what you want to do. I can't tell you. But also it's a great time for work opportunities and promotions. So somebody might offer you a position, and a promotion, a raise, a new position, a new job in general, and you could go, oh, this is so great. But then your partner can be like, yeah, but this doesn't work for me. What about me? And so and so. So do what's best for you. I'm going to tell you that because I would do that in this situation. This is what, no, you decide. But the universe is actually supporting you to do you and quit being beaten down by that other opinion of others. Doesn't matter anymore, Leo. This is you and your time to shine. Be you no matter if you're supported or not, because we will support you. The right people will support you. And if people have selfish ways, this is where you get to take your selfish way and be okay for the next 6 months and go, no, it's about me right now, not about you. So, Leo, take your power back. In the next 6 months, let things happen. Let those promotions come in. Let the new jobs come in. Let what makes you happy and your identity shine through, because this is your time to shine. Literally, in the moon, it's illuminating you and everybody needs to see you, and you like to be seen. You're a Leo. All right, Leo, enjoy yourselves. Okay, Virgo. This is in your 12th house. So this one is very subconscious, the unconscious. It's our habits. It's bad habits. It's the addictions we have. It's self-undoing behavior, but it's also our connection with God and the universe. It's every sign wrapped into one on that 12th house. So this one is very internal, but you're going to be seeing how much you've been giving of yourself to, let's say, work. It's usually work, 6th house, where you give too much to work, but your health is going to suffer for it. So you really need to watch your health around this time, especially the next 2 weeks to 6 months. So look back at August 16th. What seeds were you planting? What did you want to work towards? Were you looking at a new routine, a new job, a new way of eating, or what was going on? Or were you trying to do a new meditation practice, or just resting? What was happening? Because the seeds you planted are really going to be coming out of hiding, because 12th house is hidden. So it's going to be showing you because that moon is illuminating it. So what can you do over the next 2 weeks to 6 months to really grow that self-love time, where you can stop doing those undoing behaviors where you get too fixated on things, right? It can be OCD, it can be, anxiety driven thoughts. It can be doing unhealthy habits because you're too imbalanced. You're giving your energy to something else, so you're not focused on you and your health, right? So we need to focus on your health during this time and over the next 6 months. So if you're too imbalanced, the universe, Jupiter, is going to expand it for you and make it worse. So if you have an owie, it's going to get bigger, and you're going to go, oh, I can't ignore that anymore. I have to fix my owie on my arm. Oh, it's a broken arm. I'm glad I paid attention to it now, right? It's just those things that, I'm just giving a fake example, but that is what it is. Like if you have something that's been going on, if you've not been sleeping well, you're going to have extreme amounts of that because you're ignoring it. So it's all the unseen, that subconscious, self-undoing behavior, and your connection with others too, and yourself most importantly. Why are you ignoring what you need? So this beautiful full moon in Leo is saying it's time for you to see it. It's time for you to deal with it. And you might want to stay under the covers too, because this is just a lot of calmness, rest, meditation, and inward work. So that dark energy that you've been ignoring, like the things in the past that have happened to you and you haven't fully healed, this is going to be accentuated for you to be pushed out into the limelight and say, okay, Virgo, please heal this. I want you to enjoy your life and be able to have freedom and feel your best, okay? So I think you get what I'm saying, and I'm sending you so much love, Virgo. Enjoy this full moon. Libra, my Libras. This is happening. This being the Leo full moon is happening in your 11th house. And what does this mean for you? Well, it's about older siblings. It's about what you've been goaling towards. It's about, community work. It's about being in the community, being a part of something bigger than yourself. It's your hopes, wishes, and dreams. So look back to August 16th, 2023. What seeds were you planting? Did you want to find your cohesive group who understand your heart? Were you trying to find a new goal to go after? Did you decide that you need to get more connected with your older siblings? These themes are coming to, the full moon. They're coming to the surface. They're saying, okay, how far have you worked in the last 6 months on this? And in the next 6 months, how much can you get done? So in the next 2 weeks to 6 months, things are really going to start blossoming in those areas. So you might all of a sudden go, oh, I'm really inspired to work on X, Y, and Z. Oh, I really have a great relationship now with my older sibling. I also, it's just so much connection, right? It's doing things for the greater good. And you're going, okay, I've been doing what I need to do and working on this, but now I would like to help expand my career in this way, right? So how can you connect with your community and like-minded individuals, and how can you expand on those, and how can you be more futuristic about it, going, okay, if I start that now, how can I roll that out for the long term? Because it's very, if it helps me, it's going to help you. But if it doesn't help you, I'm not going to work on it, right? So this is very much encouraging you to dig a little bit more into your connection with, I would even say, the occult and, spirit realms. And you can go, okay, well, I've spent a lot of time there, but I need a little bit more emphasis on how to expand these dreams, hopes, wishes, and relationships, and this connection with the community, the whole of my tribe, right? Because this is all about finding your tribe and bringing it together. So you might even be online more in the next 6 months, really expanding your tribe. So this is really positive for you. Let me tell you, I'm liking it, Miss Libra, Mr. Libra. It's pretty great. There's a lot of career gains too for you. So how can you, again, how you are successful is how you can help the greater good. It's not about you. It's about helping more. So if it's helpful, get ready to receive. Okay, Libra. Have fun with this one. Scorpio. This full moon in Leo is happening in your 10th house of career, reputation, legacy, and what you're known for, what you're going to be left in that legacy for. So it's really a big time to think back to August 16th and go, okay, what seeds was I putting in the ground, right? Sorry, I'm talking a lot. It's getting me tired. And so it's really going to be for you to expand in those areas. So the seeds you planted in August, where are you at now? And where do you want to see them grow? Or how far have they grown right now into total completion in the next 6 months? It's 2 weeks to 6 months. It can go all the way. So are you changing your career? Are you changing, your main goal every day? because you get up every day for a reason. And you have to go, okay, well, if it's in my 10th house, I really need to be passionate about it because that's your 5th house, right? So finding that joy and passion and finding the difference between, you know, what you want to do versus how much time you're spending out in public when you could be at home relaxing. Like, what's worth your time? Because 10th house is time and dedication and, you know, being strict with yourself and the rules. And it's really just the time that you want to invest. Is it worth it? So if you are not thrilled with where you're at right now, where do you want to go? Where are you headed? And, you know, what do you want to be known for? This is what you get to culminate. This is what you get to grow. This is your long-term plan. So what's your long-term plan? What's aligned with you, right? And it's just it's very career focused. Scorpio, your life is all about career for the next 2 weeks to 6 months. I'm sorry, but it is. And you are going to be going through big transformations of what you're doing now to what you really want to do if you're not in alignment. Now, if you are in alignment, you're still going to have to decide, is this the reputation I have, or do I need to work on how I'm being seen, right? So if you want to be seen the way you are, is it good? Is it bad? Is it indifferent? Be the Leo energy coming through of being seen. What kind of a leader are you? What kind of speech are you giving out that affects people, right? What's your opinion? People need to hear it. So, Scorpio, you enjoy yourself during this full moon and find out what your soul really wants. Sagittarius, this is in your 9th house, this full moon in Leo. What does this mean for you? A lot. A lot. You could be thinking about traveling long distance. This could be you deciding your spiritual practice is not up to par. It doesn't move with you anymore. You found a new guru. You have found new things to study, to teach. These can all be developing between now, the next 2 weeks, and 6 months. So what were you planting back in August 16th that you say, oh, this just doesn't feel right, and I would like to pursue, or this is coming up so much, I'm going to learn more about it. So where are you at now with all of that? Have you put those travel plans into play? Have you learned all about spirituality? Have you learned about the government? Have you learned about the injustices in the world? And have you started to write it, to teach it, to speak it? And if not, with all of that, where are you at now? And where do you want it to grow to? How do you believe in that topic now versus when you started? Have you learned more? You know, like, what are your beliefs? Is somebody challenging your beliefs going, oh, I never looked at it that way, right? So you might just continue to allow things to fall apart in old beliefs in order to grow a new belief system. And also, you are going to just embrace this lighthearted adventurer, which you already are. And so it's just going to be like, let me go try new things. Let me go out and explore the world. Let me go adventure in that idea, right? And so in the next 6 months, you might see this huge new base to who you are grow and just what you want to see in the world. It might be a new land to explore. It could be a new community to explore. It could be a new ashram to go to and have that meditation and really go and connect with that person. But also you might be seeing who you've been following the last 6 months going, I don't connect with them anymore. There's just some disconnect. And so I'm going to find something different. Right? So there's nothing wrong with it. You might have gone on this big adventure that you've been talking about since August. And now you're like, now where do I want to go next? Or there's a big topic. You're going back to a university even. I'm going to start a new a learning degree, right? So something else might turn your dial and go, oh yeah, let me check that out. But please be careful at work, because there's some oppositions happening that can really affect your career. So if you're finding that you're like coming up to, head to head with your health versus your work, it's time to time out and find that balance, or your health will really take a hit. And it can really show you what you need to spend more time on. But also solutions can come to you in this time of what you need to work on. Okay? I think that sums it up, Sagittarius. So enjoy this full moon in Leo. Capricorn. This Leo full moon is happening in your 8th house of chunky money, investments. It's also, it's just so much like deep other people's money. So inheritances, stocks, bonds, and the occult, the deep mysteries in life. What did you plant the seeds back in August 16th, 2023? And where are you now? What's the culmination point? Because in the next 2 weeks to 6 months, it will be reaching a conclusion. So you might be really knowing now where you want to invest, how the stock market is, what property and real estate that you've had in the family for so long that, yes, you're going to move there, or yes, I'm going to sell it, whatever it is. These things can come up. Inheritances, you can go, oh, wow, I'm gifted money. What a blessing, right? And so big things can come up. Also, the occult might be a big thing too. So you get back into tarot, or, channeling, or, doing auras, whatever it is. What lights you up? What do you want to explore more? This is the perfect time to get in with your subconscious and go, oh, okay, let me see that. This is my dark side. Let me, work with that a little bit. And you can help other people too. That's the beautiful thing about the 8th house, is because you're digging in, it doesn't only just affect you, it helps other people, and it's how other people affect you. So you can really do some good therapy during this time as well. But it's opposing your 2nd house. Why am I bringing that up? Because you might be dissolving your career in the next 6 months. So in the next 2 weeks to 6 months, you might go, okay, back in August, I really wanted to put myself out there to hit X, Y, and Z amount of money, or this is my new title, or this is what I'm going to work towards. And you might have to reevaluate it right now, going, okay, where am I at? What do I need to do differently? And where do I want to head? Like, where am I headed towards with this career? Am I happy with the amount of money I'm making? Yada, yada, yada. So this is going to be that maybe digging in with the occult, going, what do I see myself doing? Getting into that deep meditation, having that epiphany, letting spirit talk to you, letting your subconscious go, you know what you need, right? And you're finally listening to it. And you're going to be supported in the next 6 months to really dig into changing that career, changing that food style even, because 2nd house is about what you are ingesting as well. So you might have to change something about what you're eating, what you're drinking, things like that. So Capricorn, you enjoy yourselves. Dig in deeper. Enjoy all that extra chunky money coming from the ethers. It's pennies from heaven, right? So enjoy what falls in your lap. That's awesome. So sending you so much love to all my Capricorns. Enjoy yourselves. Okay, my Aquarians. You are having this full moon in Leo in your 7th house of partnerships, in your connections with work partnerships even. It's marriages, third marriages technically. And it's also your love relationships, like real long-term relationships, your marriages, things like that. And so in your marketplace, your clients, it's your relationships with them. So, and legal contracts as well. So what did you plant back in August 16th, 2023? What did you want to start working towards? What seeds did you plant? What were you like, okay, this is what I would like to do. This is the type of relationship I want. This is the type of work I would like. This is the type of connection I would like to have with other people in a personal setting, right? And so in your business partnerships, I would like to have a business partner that can help me with X, Y, and Z. So this is really a great time for connections. It's also your sun in Aquarius. So happy birthday to Aquarians right now. And this Leo full moon is really emphasizing to get out there, be seen, and let people know what you're capable of. What are you, what do you find passionate that you work towards every day? And how can they support you and how can you support them, right? So finding new clients, finding a new long-term relationship. It's not dating per se. So if you've been dating somebody, you might actually go into a, seal the deal and make this in writing, we are now dating, we're official, whatever it is. Or you've been working with somebody and they're like, okay, sign on the dotted line. We are legally contracted together now. I think we would have a great partnership at work. We can make this grow and whatnot. So over the next 2 weeks to 6 months, allow this to culminate. What do you want to grow? Where is it now from where you started it to where it's headed, right? Where on the scale are you? And what do you need to really let go of what's holding you back from that full completion of it? So, and the growth, I should say, the growth cycle's huge. But there is a big touch on your 4th house, which is all about home and family and property and, buying and selling and renting homes and apartments even. It's fine too. But yeah, it's just really interesting. It's how are you with your domestic life? And if there's something that's going on at home, put more time into work right now. It will help ease the tension. But also you can make more money from home too. So starting that project up or starting that, new connections at work and going, okay, well, I'll start doing this on on Friday, Saturday, Sundays. Let me know what I can do and watch it grow. Also, this is your age of Aquarius, all eyes on you the next 20 years. Pluto just entered Aquarius. It's going to, leave for 2 months later on this year. But ultimately, right now, this is a glimpse, a little glimpse, I should say, a little photo, a little video for the next couple months of what the next 20 years are going to look like for you, because you are going to go through the biggest transformation of all of the signs. That's right. It doesn't matter if you are a sun, moon, or rising, it's going to affect you. And like I said, this next year, you are going to get the biggest glimpse of what the next 20 years are going to do for you. You are going to change your appearance, your identity, how you're seen in the world, what you believe, and what lights you up, and what your goals are in life. The big themes are going to change for you, Aquarius. I cannot get over this. So this Leo full moon is saying, just show up as you, which you always do anyways, Aquarius, because that's all you know is just to be you. And Leos want you to be loud and proud about it. So if you need to make more work connections that are more authentic, or a deeper relationship with somebody and you need to be more authentic, this is the perfect full moon for you. So allow things to progress over the next 2 weeks to 6 months and really look back and go, okay, look how far I've come. Plus, you get to have that glimpse of what the next 20 years are going to change for you. So you might be on a whole new path in the next 6 months going, wow, that full moon really did a twist for me, but I really stepped into my joy and my power and who I am, right? So I'm sending you so much love, Aquarius. Pisces, we've come to the end, and it's always the best, right? So Pisces, this full moon in Leo is in your 6th house. That is all about daily routines. It's about your health. It's about your work habits. It's about your habits in general and pets. So what did you plant back in August 16th, 2023? What did you want to grow? What did you want to do? What themes were coming up? And where are you at now? Because in the next 2 weeks to 6 months, that is going to evolve even more so and even come to a completion. So are you working on a new look? Are you working on a new routine, a daily routine, so you can be more productive? Are you looking for a new job? Are you looking for a health routine, a new health fitness routine where you can go, okay, I'm going to try out Pilates. I'm going to try out, there's so many different workouts nowadays, whatever floats your boat, running 5 miles a day, eating certain foods, doing a new diet, trying to meal prep now. Where are you at? How's it going? Do you have a new pet? Do you want a new pet? Because between now and May, it's a great time to get a new pet for you, Pisces, if you didn't already. So it's finding balance between work and health as well, and focusing on what you need to feel your best every day, Pisces. And it's really interesting. It's just so much of like, who are you? What do you want? And your identity being highlighted, going, okay, this is what I need. This is what I deserve. And I'm not settling, right? So you might have a huge shift in your job. You might be going for a promotion. You might be going for a raise. You might be going for a totally different position, a totally different place of work. And things are going to work out, but you have to put in the energy. So what do you need to release? What limiting belief do you have that you can release so you can be aligned with this new health routine, with this new pet that you might bring into your life, with this new work that you would like to pursue? So think about it and allow it to bloom, transform, and really have a moment with it. Like, see where you've been, what did you plant, where are you now, and where do you want it to end? So how's your health doing? Have you had a health checkup yet? But you talked about going to the doctor, but you haven't done it yet. Get that appointment made. It's the new year, things switch over, right? So with that being said, thank you for listening, Pisces. I appreciate it. I hope this video brought you some great knowledge, some insight, and now you know what to expect for your own sign. I am sending you so much love, and until next time, bye for now.